Say the line.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Soundwave podcast. Today we're here with TBK.
Who?
Ego Trip.
I thought we had Ego Trip in this.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Ego
We're
Trip.
so back.
Shout out to Will.
Okay, TBK, would you like to introduce yourselves?
So I'm Ben. I play the drum.
Just one.
I play one drum.
You can tell he's a drummer. I'm Kai and I play bass.
I am Tom, and I play guitar, and I do sing.
I'm Izzy, I play the synth, I play the flute, and I do a bit of singing as well.
She do sing too.
We are.
Ego
We'll
Trip.
kick off with our first question, which is about your influences.
Influences.
What a surprise.
Oh.
So,
I think we've got some great answers for this.
go on then, you start.
Oh, okay. Well, my
I think I'd maybe
inspiration-
just like to interrupt here and thank TBK for the patience. We've had some technical difficulties here this morning, and they have answered these questions quite well. But they talked a lot about how they do 4-part harmonies. They gave us a marvelous rendition. It was pitch perfect. Of Ava Maria altogether. I'm going to ask them to do it again, but I think we're probably pushed for time
because of contracting obligations.
Let's just leave
you know,
let's leave it.
yeah.
Time constraints.
I mean, you know, it's a 400-year-old song. You know, I'm sure there's someone who wants it.
Probably the Pope.
Well, so our influences, my influences and inspiration is obviously, if you've heard TBK, we make a lot of nonsense noise, unheadbangable, try and find the one, kind of that kind of game. But a lot of, obviously, like Mike Portnoy in Dream Theater, my drum teacher when I was growing up, he was massive into Dream Theater, so that was a major influence on my life. He was also very, very opinionated on Neil Peart in Rush.
What, in a bad way?
In a very negative way. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't like him, but he didn't. Which
Probably
is a
those
damn
nice hats.
Yeah, it was definitely the hats. That's what got him. No, but the influences are obviously just like very busy drummers, like Stuart Copeland, and obviously Mike Portnoy, as I've mentioned, all the stuff.
To my dismay.
Yeah,
Very busy drummer.
very much to your dismay. But I don't know. Like, I think like when we started TBK, I was very like kind of forthright in the sense of like, you sent us like a couple of the ideas that you had and stuff, and I was like, these are great. But I'm kind of wanting to do a bit more kind of nonsensey stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, like at the time, I was really into Tool, and that was kind of like my like driving force of just like I want to do like weird stuff in a way, but
sure
like
I
still.
had a text message from you from like 6 years ago that just says I don't want to play in 4/4, and we really took it to
and then
heart.
it's like the nail emoji, like just real sassiness.
Yeah, so like more prog and jazz stuff.
Absolutely,
from you,
yeah. But then there's like Thomas Harkey from Meshuggah, who's just doing all of the absolute nonsense that he's doing with his feet and stuff, and that's just been like a crazy influence on my drumming. Definitely to Tom's dismay and everyone else's dismay.
I love that video that his stick sponsor, I can't remember who it is, but they've done that video of Bleed.
Yeah.
And it is just a camera on his feet.
Yeah,
his bare feet playing that rhythm.
No way.
Yeah. His feet, like, but it's just like that whole like, and then at the top, he's just so like calm. Do you know, it kind of looks like a duck swimming on a river, actually. It's like you see the top half and it's fine, and then the bottom is just just going for it.
I just loved it because I think there was everyone listening to that and were like, nah, it's a studio trickery. That, and then he's like, no, here's a cam on his bare feet playing that rhythm,
It's he's a force of nature. But yes, it's like absolute powerhouse drummers really are like kind of a big influence, obviously. But the ones that can just do real silliness and have a bit of flair to it
and somehow make it make sense.
Yeah.
Some of the time.
Doesn't have to make sense for it to be good.
It's very true. Do you want to go next?
Oh, sure. So I play bass, and all of the bass songs that are like, as much as it goes back from like funk and disco bass lines because they're insane in themselves. It's a lot of
some amazing session
bass
basses.
the best.
Disco beats.
There's a lot of prog stuff, so there's a lot of Rush, there's a lot of Dream Theater, there's a lot of you know, Porcupine Tree and Tool, obviously. I don't think as a bass player you can't like Tool bass lines because they're fantastic. But yeah, it's just a lot of complicated bass lines, but somehow sit somewhere like in a pocket, in a groove, and kind of sit with the drums and make them, you know, make the song a bit bigger and more danceable and less just boring root notes all the time and things like that.
Yeah, you're a busy bassist, like.
Yeah, a busy bassist.
You're a busy. You're a busy.
And that's just because it's
I'm
in
putting that on my
26 bars.
CV.
Busy bassist.
But yeah, as for singing, I do a lot of the singing with Tom as well.
Yep.
It's a lot from like City and Colour and like folky acoustic stuff because I really like stacked harmonies. I think stacked harmonies make a song infinitely better than it could have been with
The Backstreet Boys saved my life.
the Backstreet Boys saved my life. Larger than life.
It's gonna be me.
Yeah, I just it's just a really big, you know, a huge eclectic taste of everything, and just try and throw it all together into one kind of cognitive mass that makes sense in a song somewhere. Yeah.
I obviously, like, being a teenager and stuff, I've had many different phases of music and stuff like that, and like at one point I was just ride or die for metal and heavy music and stuff. Like I can remember being in my early teens and thinking, if the guy's not yelling his face off, I'm just not listening, I'm not interested. Not as much these days. Like in my mid-20s I was huge on 70s music and stuff like that. Now I still like a lot of different music, but like I like, when it comes to writing music and stuff like that, I like a lot of like Radiohead, Jeff Buckley for melodic stuff. But then saying before about like in different music, like lots of different influences. Like the rock band Thrice, like ticks so many boxes for me, where you look at the start of their career and it's just punk and metal, and then you get to the middle bit and it's just all weird ambient stuff, and then you get to the end and it's like a mix of everything. That knowing that bands can do that kind of stuff and continue to do it, that gives me the confidence to like write music that's out there. It's got different instrumentation and different takes on vocals and, you know, just weird stuff. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
I'm so happy that we get to answer this a second time. I think
You revised it.
You know, I was listening to you all and then thinking about what we'd said, and it's so right that you go through different phases, don't you? Growing up, you go through lots of different phases. Like when I was in my teens, I was a huge 60s fan, so started with a lot of like Beatles, Rolling Stones, mainly the Beatles, mad on Beatles, and then it kind of evolves a little bit when you find out that music was inspired by Motown and soul, so then you end up on a Motown and soul thing and really love northern soul music, love all that R&B. When I joined the band, it was to play synth and to play keys, but really when I was at school and when we were doing music, it was singing. Like that was the big thing. Like I play a few different instruments and learned to play a few different instruments, but I think talking about influences, growing up I listened to a lot of like Americana, a lot of folk, Joni Mitchell, who else did I say? James Taylor, Joni Mitchell.
The Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles. Yeah. And then you kind of get into your early 20s and you're like, wow, Kate Bush is a genius. And then you get onto that path. Kate Bush is a genius. I'll die on that hill. I will die on that hill. It made me so happy when everyone was going mad with Stranger Things. I'm like, yes, she's not just a weird woman in a dress. We're all weird women in dresses. It's great.
Speak for yourself.
No, I'm speaking for all of us, and you know it. So yeah, but I feel like really when I really think about it, like me and Tom were discussing, we were having a bit of a rehearsal at home the other day, and we were kind of chatting about one of the vocal lines in one of the songs. Because we've been in the studio and we've been listening to it again and again and again, I was actually half asleep. I was like, when I wake up, remind me, I need to tell you about this vocal line. He's like, right, okay. I woke up, I was like, I can't remember. But even that in itself, when I sit and think about it now, when we really think about influences, I said, why don't you sing it this way? And I kind of said, if it was my song, this would be how I would do it. But when I really think about that, when I think about why would I sing it that way, it's because a lot of what I would have listened to would have been that more R&B base with a lot of vocal runs, with a lot of like big, strong, powerful notes. And I think that's kind of interesting in itself. So as much as you think of influence, like I don't write the music, but it's a good thing when it comes to the no, but when it comes to the input, it's you're coming from a different place of more like R&B and more of a soul thing, which you couldn't say that TBK was at all. But that's not to say that, you know, a little
It doesn't mean
a little salt and pepper of R&B in there,
I think
like
that's what makes bands interesting, like full stop though. Like they just
it's not one thing.
no, yeah, for
It's
sure.
hard. Like we were literally saying the other day, somebody had said we'd been at Gateshead at the Black Bull, and someone had said, "Oh yeah, it's like what did they say? Emo grunge," and we're
Which
like,
we've never
cool. But then another venue will be like, "Oh, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like."
Yeah,
Something else,
yeah,
so it's kind of cool. I don't think we've had two people say the same thing.
yeah.
I mean,
so it's
we can't pick a
interesting.
genre, so I'm not
No,
sure.
we
anyone else
can't.
can
We
either.
can't.
Do you know,
People
didn't someone in
say
the toilet say that it was avant-garde? to you?
Avant-garde.
Yeah.
Avant-garde.
Yeah.
It's like, you're really drunk, aren't you? But thank you.
Yeah. When people
yeah,
ask,
avant-garde's a new one.
they're like, "Oh, what kind of music is your band?" I'm like, "Oh, it's just dead noisy.
Yeah,
Just remember your earplugs and see
Yeah.
what you think."
What does your band sound like?
But like,
Think of the
we're not
silliest
even
thing.
close to being like a metal band
No,
or
we're
anything like
not.
that. But
We're
like,
not.
we do get put on like a lot of like hard rock, almost metal kind of bills and stuff like that, which is great because we always get really accepting people. Not to say anything about any other audiences, but we've got. I think when you've got the most extreme part of our music versus the calmest part of our music, it's such a breakneck kind of difference.
Yeah.
Big dynamics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
Influences.
Yeah.
Very profound answer, is he? Wow. That was a very
That came
profound
round
answer.
there.
Thank
yeah.
you, Ben.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Great.
Circle.
I'm trying to go back to the order we were answering things before, but I don't think I can remember what it was.
That's all right.
But I do know we were talking about. You've just been recording, and you were
Yeah.
telling us about that process.
Yeah, so we're recording our first EP, which is primarily like the songs that we play live currently, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
How many songs?
Six songs are going to be on the
To
EP.
be fair, one of them is like 8 minutes long.
Yeah, one's like 8. Well, the longest song's like nearly 8 minutes, and then the shortest song's not even 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the average is about 5 minutes.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So the first single that'll be coming off is going to be No Future No Past, which will be next month. The EP is going to be called The Same Thing. We recorded it down at the studio that we rehearse at.
That
Yes,
I'm gonna just interject here.
please do.
Because that was something I wanted to pick up on the last time, and if I don't do it now, I will forget.
Yeah.
Because that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
But so I want to come back to talk about the process for recording. But before I forget, I wanted you to talk a little bit about where you rehearse and who you record with, because I guess there'll be like other emerging talent in and around Carlisle
definitely.
Yeah.
who might not know about this.
course,
so
yeah.
if
I'd
you
hope
t-
there
if
is
you-
anyways,
if you
yeah.
can tell us a little bit
So,
about that.
so we're from, for anybody that doesn't know, we are from Carlisle, and that is where we rehearse. We rehearse at Rec Studio. You can find it on all good social media platforms. And if you shout loud enough, I'm sure Dom Smith will just appear. You say it 3 times in a mirror, he'll be there. So
He'll
Dom
be there with an iPad adjusting the sound.
So Dom Smith runs the studio. We've rehearsed there for quite some time now.
Okay.
And we've been there since he was kind of literally putting the walls up for the place.
Opened, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
he's putting
been
the walls
it's been
up
really,
around us as we were basically
Yeah.
playing,
Literally,
wasn't he? Yeah.
So it's been really exciting to see the journey just from that point to now. But Dom's really established himself in that time. So it was absolutely no-brainer to start recording there. So Dom plays drums. Dom knows how to mic a drum kit up within an inch of his life.
Yeah.
So we were like, as soon as we're starting this, if we record nothing else with Dom, we are recording the drums with Dom. So we started recording the drums with Dom, and like Dom put us on for our first show at the Brickyard with Tool Shed.
Yeah.
And that was a show that Dom had put on, and he'd watched us rehearse, and
That's happening, by the way.
yeah, I'm excited about it.
Just for anyone that can't see, there's a man who looks a bit like Santa.
A little bit, yeah.
If Santa had
If you didn't
rabies,
believe, now you
and he's
will.
at the window tapping at the
That's fine.
moment.
Just ignore.
But so yeah, Dom put us on for our first show. He's seen us grow as he's kind of grown and stuff like that. So I feel like he's got a little bit of a vested interest in our music. So yeah, it made absolute sense to record drums with him. So we got started with that process. Young Ben over here did like 3-4 days with Dom or something.
Yeah, it was about 4 days over over a few months, but yeah, it was very much just a case of get prepped, get in, record,
yeah,
like a whole
Go from
day of
there.
recording, you know, like 8-hour kind of sessions.
And get the songs down.
Yeah.
And like I say, like we've never done this before, so picking Dom's brain has been so beneficial to us, and
He is very good for that.
Yes.
You could go
Yeah,
in and you could be like,
he
how
will
does
not-
this thing work? And he'll go, here's how it works. I'll set you up. Go wild for a while.
He's not a gatekeeper. He's not. He likes to share secrets. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's never gonna be like, I'm not telling you how to do this because I'll go and do it myself, kind of thing. Like he's happy to let everyone eat at the table.
He likes to share his knowledge as well, doesn't he?
That's
He's really,
exactly
he's
what I mean.
really, he's really
That's
keen,
exactly what I mean.
really keen to let you know what it is that makes it.
And he's excited to talk about it. So we were like, where would we go from here and stuff like that. And like he knows the situation that we're in, where like we haven't got hundreds and hundreds of like we haven't got like that much expendable income. So it's finding out a nice meet in the middle of like getting studio quality while being able to not spend weeks and weeks.
Or a
me,
fortune.
Yeah, and me sitting there like, oh, I've done it wrong again. You know what I mean? So he kind of introduced us into this process of reamping, which has changed the game for us. Being able to record this. So I get to sit at home. Kai gets to sit at home with our guitars, noodle away, get the perfect takes that we need, and then we can take those performances in the form of WAV files back to the studio. Dom plugs this little box into my guitar amp or Kai's bass amp, mics the physical amp up, you can put whatever sounds in it you need, so you can click your pedals on, like fine tune it within an inch of its life, and then you just hit play and it's great.
With lots of different mics as well, so
yeah,
you can have different
yeah.
sounds from different places in the room. And
Dom's the man. He's always got a spare mic in the back pocket somewhere, just click it in the rim to get an extra little layer on there.
Got an SM57 just for this occasion.
Yeah. So we really didn't know where we were gonna kind of go to record guitars or anything like that, but this has made it a real no-brainer. And Dom's really kind of steered us in the right direction with it. And like I say, like I kind of feel like he understands the music we play and he enjoys it as well. So it makes sense to go with him and do it.
Yeah.
But the rehearsal studio itself, he's always expanding. God love him. Like
he's just got a third room, hasn't he?
He never sits still. He's
Yeah.
currently revamping the control room. He's just took another room on, so he's got 3 rehearsal studios. So yeah, if you're in the Carlisle area and you're looking for
so
somewhere,
where is it then? So
it's near the gasworks and the tip.
Okay.
So just off. I'm terrible.
It's a place
with
called
street
Scott
names.
Storage. But
Yeah, Scott Self Storage. It's in there. But it's a great little place. It is secluded. You can play music, any
be as
genre of
loud
music
as you want.
Yeah. But yeah, it's perfect.
Okay.
It's lovely. It's central.
So yeah, so any bands in that area looking
Anyone
somewhere
who's looking,
to
yeah.
look on Facebook or something,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
fine.
Rec
yeah.
Services, Dom Smith. You'll find him.
Great.
Cool.
So that recording process has gone well, and you're really happy with how
Yeah,
that's come out?
definitely, yeah.
So we've just done the first reamping session on Monday. No, we haven't. The second reamping session, but the first reamping session for
Just bass stuff,
guitars.
yeah.
So we've got 4 songs of the
Yeah.
6 that are completely tracked instrumentally. Still need to do vocals on
Most of them.
basically all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, guitars are we've broken the back of that. We've got 2 songs to finish off. So very, very, very excited to kind of get them done and
Get them out.
get them out there.
It
Yeah,
takes
like
a while, but it's definitely
does,
our fault
it does.
because we're perfectionists. We want it to
Yeah.
sound
Sure, yeah.
exactly how we want it to sound.
But yeah,
otherwise
I think
it's no
we've
point.
got to that point now as well where we're kind of happy with how it's going to be, and we're
Yeah.
really, really excited to kind of get it out there and really just
and
Show it off.
never have to listen to them ever again.
not have to focus as much on them.
And we talked about live as well, about you kind of checking your style, and you're not 4/4 style
Yeah.
from the rehearsal room
And taking it
and
out,
then, and how you find that. How does that work for you?
It's always a challenge, but like we are quite silly people. We're not very serious people, but like, I mean, when you go out on stage, it's not life and death, but like if you mess up, it is on you. You know what I mean? So
You're in the spotlight.
Yeah.
You've got to be well rehearsed. You know, if any one part of any of our performance kind of falls over, it's a real domino effect.
That's
Yeah.
what I reckon.
It's a
Yeah,
real
it's really
domino
hard,
effect.
especially if I'm like messing up a fill. If we lose a one or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
it becomes,
'cause
it
me and
gets
Kai
real
usually
exciting.
singing at the same time or overlapping.
While we're playing
or,
and everything. all kinds.
yeah,
Yeah, it
It's-
gets busy.
So
madness.
if one thing kind of tips over, it's. But I mean, in that respect as well, we're kind of getting good at
Recovering.
pulling our socks back up.
Yeah,
after-
exactly,
after a
yeah,
little slip-up. Because it inevitably happens.
Live music,
you know.
And
man.
pretend
Live
nothing
music.
happened.
Yeah. Or you get lights in your eyes. The
Yeah.
worst one for me, I was saying this to Tom, we got in the other night, the lights were in my eyes and they were like on the keys and it was changing the shadow of where the black keys were.
Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
looking and I'm like, hold on a minute, actually, where am I? Where am I?
What's going on?
I'm like, oh no, I've brought it back. And then I think you maybe messed up a fill and I was like, was that my fault? Whose fault was that? But, you know, it's all good.
I mean, nothing's perfect live anyway.
No,
No.
it's not.
Actually, though,
part of the
come
fun.
to think of it, maybe your lot's got the perfect excuse, though.
Yeah,
People go, "Oh,
it's free form. It's free
oh,
time.
yeah, yeah,
It's,
yeah.
free
No,
form.
you messed
Call
up
it
that.
out. Avant-garde
That
musicians
was a
and
mistake.
fancy
You messed up,
styles.
you mean the 18.3 section? No, that one.
Yeah.
I think you'll find my friend it's you who messed up.
Until they find the
bit was
finished product,
27.
that's
You
how
still
it was meant to
understand
sound.
it.
Yeah,
You still
exactly.
understand it.
You got that.
You just don't understand.
That's all it is.
I'm going to
Still
use
get
that.
it.
Thank you.
Don't get it.
But yeah, like playing live, it always comes with its own set of challenges, especially when you're playing like a venue that you're not used to a crowd that you're not used to. Like having to play the music is like always one thing, but there's always like the secondary elements, like how receptive the crowd's gonna be, how nervous you're gonna be. You never know day to day.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's some days you walk into a venue and you can have all the confidence in the world, but then like 3 people turn up. So it's always there's always going to be things out of your hands.
Or
and
the
you kind
size of the stage. Or
yeah. And I mean, like we are 4 small-ish people, but I mean, by the time you've got a drum kit and a keyboard and guitars and amps and stuff, like it
And
gets
your
real.
presence
And the
on the
Tasmanian
stage.
devil.
And the
Yeah, and your
Tasmanian
presence on
devil,
stage,
yeah,
just taking up the
Donny
rest
from
of
the
the
Wild
remaining
Thornberries.
space.
yeah. I like to move a little bit.
Likes
when
to
I
whip
can.
his head.
Yeah.
Likes to whip
Yeah.
his
I
hair
think
back
when,
and
yeah,
Yeah,
forth.
there's never not a photo of you, like if we have a gig and we've got
hair
photos
completely
of your hair.
bald.
Yeah,
With
no,
no
skin, like,
Yeah.
you look like the
That
dude from
concept.
Static X. Like you just like.
But I think when you're like you're locked to a microphone singing the songs all the time, like when it gets to a section when you can be free of that, it's that's me time.
Yeah, you are
That's me,
truly
I'm taking
liberated.
this.
You are
I'm taking
truly
this.
free at that spot. Like,
So I know you said you've been played a Gateshead recently,
Yeah.
but I think the next question I would just want to focus a little bit more locally and go. Have you got a favourite venue in Cumbria?
Mine's got to be the Tongue.
The tongue is
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
think we would
it's like-
probably all have different opinions on
Yeah.
this.
Well, I was gonna say it's
Lovely people, big stage. Like I don't
Yeah.
think it's ever been a bad turnout at the Tongue either. Whenever we've played,
it's never a bad time at the Tongue.
Yeah.
It's always
like-
always something.
It's
but
always
it was
fun.
it's always great. Isn't
even if
it?
something goes wrong, it just kind of like gets shrugged off and everything just.
yeah.
It's always
guerrilla
so
war,
much
it's
fun.
just guerrilla warfare in there. You just have a great time.
I think it's like favorite songs though. Like you have different favorites for different reasons and stuff. Like our first show we ever played was at the Brickyard, which is terrifying but like mega exciting. You know what I mean? And I think once you've played a decent sized stage like that,
When you have to walk up 8 steps to get on
to
the
get
stage.
like it kind of like it breaks the ice going forward though, doesn't it? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it makes you kind of up your game a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and obviously we've got like a kind of like a kindred like, connection towards like the
the
sauce,
sauce
in Carlisle
yeah,
and
there's
everything.
no TBK without the sauce.
Yeah, no, it really
like me and
isn't.
Ben met there.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the story?
No, it's just one of them. Where, like the sauce, I don't know if they still do, but on Thursdays,
They do.
Yeah, they do, yeah,
they still,
yeah.
do.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
do open mic nights on Thursdays, and it was great. Like there was a
go
brilliant,
there every
there would have
week
been a
religiously.
brilliant environment, and you know we're talking, geez, maybe 10 years ago now.
No,
we're becoming up to around
yeah,
then.
it will. It will be.
Yeah. The penny's dropped.
and that's a wrap on Tom. Bye,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. And just like that, Tom retired. Yeah, but we used to like we were kind of like part of like the usual crowd, weren't we?
Yeah,
At
we had a few mutual friends.
Yeah, and we had mutual friends and everything. And there was a guy that would go on every Thursday, and he'd always sing.
He'd open the night basically.
Yeah, he basically, yeah, and it was kind of like a little tradition. But he would always do, what song was it? Was it
Tribute, right?
Tribute, yeah,
Tribute.
that's it. Tribute by
Tenacious
Tenacious by the D. But it got to a point where I think it was like, we were maybe like 6 months in to go on there semi-regularly.
Did we dox him?
Should we dox
Well,
him?
it's not doxing him. It's talking very positively about. This is another backstory. This is more TBK law. They're talking about my brother.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
And
weirdly.
just so you're aware,
Glad.
Ben's my cousin. I've got to get that in
just,
there.
just to keep that Cumbrian law close.
Yeah, go on.
But yeah, so he was singing tribute, and after the third time you've heard it, you're like, I know how
this,
tribute
yeah.
goes. So it got to the point where we were just kind of sick of it, and we were just at the back of the crowd. And
Not sick of it.
Not sick of it, but we were,
Done.
we just been like, let's be disruptive.
Yeah. Let's
So
just
we
be
just started
menaces.
singing War Pigs by Sabbath.
By Sabbath, sat at the back of the
Oh.
room, blessed.
With an acoustic guitar,
And,
just full blast.
That was how me and Ben connected.
Yeah, and ever since then,
Sorry,
we've
Will.
been,
Love you.
Yeah, no, we love you really.
But yeah, we
Yet
we
to
met
play
there, so
War
if there's-
Pigs, by the way.
If there's no sauce, there's no TBK.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, and Poppy's amazing as well.
Poppy is amazing.
Poppy
Yep.
is amazing.
So
Like,
many different
if-
iterations of the sauce over the years.
if
but
no
it's,
one's been to this, if you're listening to this and you haven't been to the source, you have to go to the source and don't think like, oh, but it's in Denton Home, it's out of the way. It doesn't matter.
Just get yourself
Please
there.
just go to the
Yep.
source
Yeah.
because there's always somebody on. It's usually like a Friday, Saturday, sometimes a Thursday night there will be a band on. I think Dozer are there tonight.
Tonight.
Yep.
Tonight.
Those were there, yeah.
But as well, like they sell artwork in there. They are like it's an art and a music.
Super
Yeah.
friendly place.
Yeah.
Super friendly place.
Very
Like the
accommodating.
yeah, amazing. And they host Wild on the Wall as well. The music festival. I love the source.
Yeah.
Class.
Oh,
There
it's
is
so
But
it's just
for an alternative
great.
venue that is just a hub of creativity, probably very similar to what you guys do here, but in a venue form.
Mhm,
Yeah.
yeah.
The sauce is it. Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
nothing else like it in
Absolutely,
in Carlisle.
It's always been a cool area. That even years ago, it had someone was making bass guitars.
Overwater. Yeah,
Overwater.
that's still there.
Yeah.
Oh, they're still there.
Still
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
They
yeah.
send instruments
Like,
out
yeah.
internationally. It's wild.
And there was like a little studio once over as well at the
Atlas.
back here.
Yeah.
That's
That
called
was,
Space.
Space now. Yep.
Space now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space Studios,
It's
yep.
been like a nice vibey area.
Yeah.
And then like talking about that, the source and venues and that. Like, what's your thoughts on the scene in Cumbria as well?
It's coming back. It's getting. Well, not to say that it ever disappeared, but me personally, I'm getting really excited about it again. Like the bands are great, very exciting. It's maybe because I don't run in the same with different. I'm maybe not well informed enough to say this, but like when me and Ben were the age that we were, I'd have maybe been in a better position to say it. But I feel like there's not a lot of younger bands coming up now. Not to say that there isn't. Like the Antics have just sold out.
I was about to say
The
Antics.
Source,
Yeah,
they're killing it. Cadota Club, we've met all those guys. They're really lovely. Spectrum,
yeah,
there is young
Spectrum.
bands there. They exist. We know they exist, and they are killer. But we like. I don't know. There's no. Here's how to be a band rule book. But all I can say is, if you're in a young band, oh my God, please get out there, start playing shows. Like we want to see you.
Yeah.
We want to see you.
There's been some incredible talent that we've seen, because the last year we've been quite busy with gigs,
out and
and with Wild on the Wall, and we were really fortunate as well to be able to play like Candle Calling last year and everything, and there was a lot
Thanks
of
to Soundwave. Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
but there was there was a few bands that we saw that we were just like that just
killer.
blew our socks
Yep.
off in the sense of just
Yep.
like, oh my God, they're so young and they're
Yep.
so good now, like
Absolutely on it.
it's like
Labyrinthine Oceans
They were rad.
was the big takeaway
Highlight,
for me from
yeah,
that.
they were
Yeah.
awesome.
But
Yeah.
like it's a funny one in Cumbria, but definitely we keep in touch with a lot of people from Southwest Scotland, and there's quite a lot of bands coming up from towards like Dumfries way.
Yep.
We're going on
Yeah.
tour with Life Plan,
Life
but
Plan in
also
July.
High Priestess.
Yeah.
Amazing band,
Yeah,
incredible. Yeah, Firth as well.
Yeah, further right.
It's a funny one though, like we were talking about influences, and maybe these bands wouldn't agree, but I feel like Antics, Cadota Club, all of these bands coming up, I think you can just tell that you were brought up on Oasis, you were brought up on Britpop, like you can tell that's been a big
Yeah.
influence. It's kind of interesting to be a little bit older now and watch these bands coming through and think, oh, that's so interesting. but it's so great to see that they're filling venues.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good to see.
Yeah.
I feel like after lockdown, I'm not going to talk about lockdown because it was rubbish, but after lockdown, it took a while for people to come back out. And I think part of the scene as well isn't just bands, it's attendance of gigs. And we've seen a lot recently with bands that we are friends with and follow, that there's been a lot of cancellation of gigs due to low pre-ticket sales. And we were kind of discussing, we were driving back the other night and we were kind of saying, I feel like this was never a thing. Like, I wonder, maybe it's not, maybe it's just because I wasn't really in the scene at the time, but it does make me wonder why. Did it always ride on pre-ticket sales? Did it always ride on that? No.
Yeah, I feel like it's only become a commodity since go, and it's fair as well because you are seeing venues shutting left, right, and centre. So why would you take that chance? And I do see it. Understand it from both sides.
I don't fully get it though, because I've seen the same thing happen where shows have been cancelled and it's like, but the audiences around here, they don't necessarily go and buy a ticket up front. Because they're like, I'm going to be out and then we'll go to the, you know, and like that whole process of going through, like venues where they used to go and not having to go online and buy the ticket first, just rock up when they want to and pay at the door. That's what everyone's wanting to do and is used to doing, but not getting the opportunity because the gig's getting pulled. So there's
They don't even get to the point where they can buy the ticket.
And
really.
being in a band is such an iterative process. Like, you need to do that show where there's only 5 people there for them to see you and tell the next person,
and then, it could be 10
people
time.
next. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
it kind
For that.
of it does take like opportunities away from younger bands, but again, like, it's not really my place to say you need to do it this way or the other way. Just an interesting observation.
I just wonder if it's like the whole ticketing process has just become easier. Some people want to use it. You know,
Yeah,
you're like, you don't
possibly.
have to, you know. People
No.
they'll just walk up and pay.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
you go, you're going to knock this gig off because you've only sold 20 tickets online. But you go, I know you've got a walk-up audience in that town that night.
Yep.
And they're not going to get it. So that 20 could probably be 30, 40.
But a gig we played earlier this week, I mean, it was a small venue. It wasn't amazingly attended, but there was more tickets sold on the door that night than pre-sale tickets.
Yeah. That's what's going
Like,
to work, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I know that I'll definitely go out and I'll be like, oh, there's a band playing there. Let's just go
Let's
in there.
go.
Why not?
Let's just go in.
I wouldn't.
It's normally like an impulse thing, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
just like go on, I'll go out. Might as well.
That being said, though, in terms of that, like, I feel like there's not as much live music in Carlisle town centre as there was. If there's not something on at the Source or the Brickyard, no, I know, but taking all of that out of it, taking all the the town works out of it. Like 10 years ago, you would go to Thin White Duke. There'd be music on at Thin White Duke Glass City events.
Like 10
That
years
was a
ago,
big
there
thing.
was a festival at the
there was
Duke Fest,
live.
right?
There was a lot of live music happening. I remember one night we went to it was Thin White Duke and there was all kinds of different bands on, and you wouldn't you wouldn't get that now. And I said this to a girl that I work with who's Jess, she's in Spectrum, and I said, you can't believe it, there used to be full-blown bands at these places. She said, yeah, it's crazy, they just won't let you in with a drum kit now. That's the thing. They're just like, no drum kit. But if you can't have a drum kit,
Can't have a band.
you
It's a solo
you
for a
know,
duo,
it's
really,
a it's a
isn't it?
different thing. But maybe that's because they're thinking, obviously it's post-COVID now, and they're thinking, no, I don't want to drive people out, we need to keep people in, we need to keep bums on seats, we need to fill people's bellies up. That's how we're going to do it. We don't want people to think, oh no, I'm not going in. But I think that adds to it as well. I don't know whether there's less appetite for it and that's why there's less ticket sales, or whether people just, I don't know, because it's hard with social media as well. Sometimes we'll go to a gig at the Source and Poppy will be like, look, I have plugged this so much, I've posted it on
And
all
it
these
just doesn't
different
come up on
things,
people's
and it's
feeds.
just not getting up on people's feeds. You know, it's the advertising of it as well. It should be so easy with social media. It should be really, really easy, but unfortunately it's just not, is it? But this is why you need people to come to gigs, and you can't force people to come to gigs. If they don't want to come, they don't want to come. But coming, or being in this, being in a band, sometimes I'll speak to people and I'll say all of this stuff. I'll say, the gigs are getting cancelled because there's no pre-ticket sales. They're like, oh, is that really what happens? It's like, yeah. So if you're coming to see me, please book your ticket. Please book. Yeah.
Yeah.
The scene itself, though, like I feel like there's a lot of positivity coming back to it.
Sorry to put that on a downer.
No, absolutely.
Sorry.
No.
It is getting better. It is getting better.
Like the bands are awesome. Like we were talking about Exploding Head before. They've just done a new single and it's exciting. It's fresh. It's
What is she,
loud.
Emily, right?
It's killer. Who else is coming out with Ego Trip are doing an album at the minute? I'm excited to hear that. Like
Not us.
Not us. Ego Trip.
Deadly Pylons.
Yeah, Deadly Pylons, like they're killer. There's a lot of exciting alternative music coming out of the scene.
Gives
and
you
I feel
hope, and it's hopeful to see like just you know like the kind of like the scene that it could be. You know, we can envision what we want it to be, and I think like it is forecasting for that way really. And I think like again, you know, to kind of go back with like lockdown and everything, it did have a serious knock-on effect, you know, and in a way we are still kind of reeling back from it.
Yeah. It's all about rebuild.
But you know, like the last year and stuff from the gigs that we've done, you know, we are seeing like quite a decent attendance of folk. You know, like if you go to the Tongue, for example, it's like guaranteed you're just gonna there's just people there, and it's just like it's a great environment, you know, and it's making. You know, it gets you excited for gigs as well, and seeing like it's going to be a fun time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's one of them. You know, like the crowd is like calming to us in a sense. You know what I mean? Like if you've got a receptive crowd, you're not getting worried. You know, and
the nerves just.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're having fun. You know, you're not working
like
for
one
their
big
approval.
room rather than you and them kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, it just completely breaks the divide.
That is one thing I do like about the scene around here is that there's no kind of like judgment or anything. No one ever kind of just, you know, like looks at you like in a way of like, God, what are you doing?
Like,
you know,
yeah,
like
we-
it's really encouraging and very positive.
We were kind of saying before, like we play undanceable, like breakneck music, and we've never once. Thankfully, touch wood. I mean, we've got a show this week, so see what happens. But we've never once
anyone's
yet been
guess.
like heckled or like discouraged. Like, you know, even if people don't get it, they're like, just keep going.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, there's always
Like,
gonna
it's
be
not
Blessing
my
itself.
kind of thing, but you're good musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's always like different levels of appreciation.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
It's nice getting like a little pat on the back as well, you know, and whether or not we're
It's
kind
nice
of like
to know that people are coming out, and regardless of whether it's for them, they're just there to have a good time.
Yeah.
I guess is my
Yeah.
point.
Absolutely, yeah,
Absolutely.
What does TBK mean?
Whatever you want it to mean.
yeah. Take the concept of T, B, and K.
Well,
Put that in your mouth.
Can I tell you
Yum,
what
yum,
Oh,
Google?
is it initials?
Yeah, it's the really boring answer.
The funniest thing about it is that we
It's
weren't.
initials.
We weren't.
I was like, what?
So we weren't going to keep that, but as
Got
a
it.
three-piece, we
They've
used
got,
to.
yeah, you three.
Yeah.
Got
We used to book
it.
in on the calendar, and it used to be TBK because we didn't have a band name.
Got it. Oh, funny.
And
And I
then-
don't know if you've ever tried to decide on a band name before, but it's
Yeah.
probably the worst part about
It's
being in a
horrible.
band.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So, and then we got booked for a gig, and we were
we need a
like,
band name.
"Oh no, we need a band name." And then we were like, "I guess that'll do," and it just kind of stood.
It works.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Well, I'm sorry, I've got to inform you, you're wrong. TBK, according to AI on Google,
Yeah.
means
No.
the baseball kids.
The
Well, there we go.
baseball kid.
That's better than anything else we've
I
ever
Googled
done.
it.
I
Kids.
googled it before, and
The
it
Burger
came up.
Kings, other
the
fast food
ba-
You
restaurants are
might,
available.
you might be
What is
able to
that?
find us on social media if we were called the Baseball
Is that a
Kings.
band?
The basketball
Oh, what
kittens.
Seriously?
Yeah,
The
it
base-
does apparently.
That's what AI
Right?
said,
Yeah,
didn't it?
AI's.
She is ChatGPT.
Yeah.
In a little ego stroke, I actually asked.
We'll have to thank them on
I
the
actually
liner
asked
notes
AI,
for the
like,
EP
do you know
now.
about like the local Carlisle band TBK? Because I was like, God, I want to see if it actually can pull up anything. I was like, let's see how good AI is, and it did actually kind of know us. I was like,
Well,
what,
yeah, it said
what are
you
they
played
playing?
the
It went,
Source Collective and everything. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
It was just like, yeah.
You
It's
say
like,
cool, I said terrifying.
I can't remember what it said. I
Oh
remember
no,
it,
I
like, said-
hate AI. That's a different conversation. I feel like the funnest
Skynet
thing
will
when
remember
people
that.
used to ask what. Also saying that about saying thank you, not to talk about AI, but have you seen that all these there's servers that are crashing because people are asking AI questions, it's giving them the answer, and then they're saying thank you, but then because it takes it as a prompt, it's wasting so much electricity because it takes everything you give it as a prompt. And I saw this meme of someone saying thank you and the computer being like, please don't thank me, please don't thank me.
What happens if you put into it like do a flip then? Does it just actually do it like it can't
gotta
receive
calculate a flip.
thanks? It's just like all of us really, isn't it? It doesn't know how to take a thank
Yeah, it doesn't know how to take it. It takes too much electricity.
You're really good at that thing.
One of the funnest things when people say, what does TBK stand for, is thinking on the spot and giving a really different answer. So everyone that you ask is like, what does TBK stand for? They can all give you a different one. It's those bendy kaleidoscopes.
It's my favourite sandwich: tomato, bacon, kale.
Sober.
Nice.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And you're saying you've got a gig coming up. When is this?
Yeah, so we've
With
been on
people?
like a kind of mini. So there's a band. We're on like a small independent record label called Morningstar Records, and there's a
Oh,
band.
yeah, we should have mentioned that, shouldn't we?
I've just mentioned it. But you didn't get that. What do you think of that?
Kai, you're not listening, he has. Come on.
And one of the bands that are on that label with us are Tenton Dozer. So they're from the Shetland Islands, which is 14 hours on a boat from England,
Closer to Norway than here.
Yeah.
which is wild. And what's wilder is the frontman's from Australia.
Wow.
Tasmanian born and bred, and
yeah.
Wow.
So they've
Amazing.
come from the Shetland Island there on a 2-week tour. I think this is the second week of it. So we've done a couple of shows at the start of the week with them. They're playing tonight in Carlisle, so we will be there. And then we're playing again with them on Friday.
depending when you put out this podcast, they may or may not have
They've already
played.
been.
Oh,
But they're
yeah.
rad.
So yeah,
So this Friday you're at the Tongue, but this probably won't go out. What day is it? It's Thursday, right? No, it won't.
24th
Tomorrow
of
or
April.
Friday, you're talking
24th
about?
of April today.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it won't be out by then.
So
FYI,
thank you
if-
for everyone
if you
that
missed
came.
out, it was rad.
Yeah.
But they're absolutely the killer, and like saying before about there not really being a little handbook that tells you how to be a band. Dave, the front man, like I say, he's just the nicest dude
really
on the planet. Like breaking the ice with people that you've never met before sucks so hard.
When you do it like 3 times a week, it
yeah,
sucks.
and especially if like you haven't really slept well, like you're in a dark room, you don't really know what's going on. Like meeting people, like just breaking the ice is hard. And even in this environment, you guys have been so hospitable, but like meeting people in bands is hard. But Dave, literally, like if he could have, he probably could. He would have scooped us all and just give us all a big
Yeah.
hug. Like the first time we met him, like he's
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah, very welcoming, very welcoming. And
Really
it's always
lovely
nice
guy.
when you're kind of like meeting a headline band and they're just
And they're
so
just-
like
yep.
so happy to be there. Just
Aw.
yeah,
Do you want to
you
use
really
this?
having
Do you want a
fun.
drink? Do you want
Yeah,
this?
Yeah,
literally,
yeah.
and like introduce you to the venue owner, do this,
Yeah.
like, show you where you need to be, like give you times, do everything, and
First
it like
offer you for a hand if you need to move gear as well.
Exactly,
You're
and like,
geez, man, this is
stuff like
lovely.
that really inspires you, or like you just make a mental note where like if you're ever in the position that Dave's in, just do that.
Do
you
that
know what I
thing.
mean? Like
Yeah.
just be nice.
Yeah.
Treat people as you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
There's
Be
no need
hospitable,
for an
yeah.
ego trip.
Oh. Shout
Third
out
ego trip mention.
Yep.
Sponsored by Ego Trip, not really.
I hope Will actually listens to this podcast. If he doesn't,
We'll get them in
Missing
to
out.
do it one day.
But yeah, so we've been lucky enough to do a few shows with them this week, and then that's it until
The end of May.
end of May. We've got a headline show at the Source.
Yes. When is that?
May the 24th.
Plug that.
Get it
plug
right.
Is it the
yeah,
is
yeah,
it the
we've
Saturday?
actually got one
I
that we
think
can.
it's the Saturday. Let
Oh,
me.
it's a month today.
It's
It's,
a
the
mo-
24th, and we're playing with.
Not to date this
Exploding
podcast or
Head.
anything.
Exploding Head
And-
and Deadly Pylons.
Yes.
We were supposed to play
At
in
Source.
January, but we got it. We had to cry off, unfortunately. Like a storm came and just ruined the city. Blew
Pure
the
windy.
blew the
Yeah.
roof
Pure
off the Sun
windy.
Centre.
Pure windy.
Blew the roof off the Sun Centre. So we were like,
Oh, yeah.
like
that.
wild, right?
It was
so
all
we're like,
going on in Carlisle.
yeah, we can't ask people to come out in this. It's absolutely crazy. So we have to put a pin in it, unfortunately. It'll be our first time headlining the Source, which is awesome. Like it'll feel like a real kind of full circle moment. I think, like I say, like we met there, and it'll just be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Great.
That's the 24th of May.
24th
Yes.
of
The
May,
Source.
and
Mark your
we're
calendars.
kind of gonna use it as like a little bit of a single release show.
Aye,
So like
nice.
No Future No Past should be out then, the single, not the EP,
Yeah.
and then we'll do the show, and then yeah, it'll be
Awesome.
good. It'll be awesome. And like
Yeah,
we-
it's gonna be a
Yeah.
good
we
one.
played with Pylons before. Those guys are
So
rad.
where are Deadly Pylons from?
Carlisle.
Well, Steve, the drummer, is originally from like down south, right?
I don't think he's originally
Right,
from Carlisle.
I'm only
but
asking, right, because
He was
I've been,
robots with souls.
well, no, part of my job for a while once, I had to go to Ulverston quite a lot, and I was driving, and you know, at the bottom of there's that like little bridge at the bottom of Coney Fell.
Oh, yeah.
and there was a thing in the side of the road, right, which someone had put a poster on for a gig,
Yeah.
and it was Deadly Pylons. It was right by the traffic light.
Yeah.
There was someone else and Deadly Pylons, but someone had leaned out of the car with a pen and made the L into a T. So it was Deadly Pythons, right? But it was there for like, I would say, it might even still be there now. It was just like,
Who
seemed to be
knows?
like a permanent fixture at the side of the road.
What
Deadly
a place to
Pythons.
advertise your gig as well.
I
On your
know,
bell.
like stuck in a stake. At the side.
Just the badges at the side of the road, rocking up to the venue.
I think that it was because it was the traffic lights, so you had to stop.
Ah,
and there was this
actually,
sign
to be
on there.
fair, yeah.
That's
And
a
it was
good
like
idea.
Deadly
Where there's a will,
Pythons.
there's a way.
It's cheaper than a
Posters by
billboard.
traffic lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta do it.
So, usually to finish up, we ask bands to point anyone who's listening to the socials and everything, which I'm going to do. But I thought might be an interesting talking point is, I don't know if anyone noticed that guy that was at the window. Just
did.
about anyone listening today, we're in
looked
we're in
deep
the
into his
window
eyes.
doing this.
Into his
Um,
soul.
A man came to the door.
God love him.
I just wanted to know what everyone
staff.
thought he was.
He's
what
not a
he-
wizard.
What everyone thought he was doing or he was after, because I'm baffled.
I know that man very well. He attends all of our shows.
He is actually our number one contributor on Facebook.
Well, what I noticed
He's a
is
top fan.
as he was knocking there, and we were like, "Oh, we're busy, we're recording," and he stayed for a while. But
When
he
was
wasn't
he
happy
here?
when he left. And when he left, he gave the wall a little part and with his
He did.
stick.
He did.
He's
And it was-
cursed the building.
Thanks
That's
for
what
that.
it is.
He has, yeah.
Oh,
Maybe he was a wizard.
Don't say
What do we think he wanted?
Ben?
To maybe
Chicken
just,
dinner.
No, he wanted to sell it. He just wanted to talk about our extended warranties. That's all it was. He was just like, look, like
Yeah.
I'm just while I've got you all here in one room, I can just get it all knocked out in
Now's my
one.
chance.
Now,
That's right.
does anyone need any extended car warranties?
Yeah,
He
you're
really
right,
needed them
actually.
extra
Could
sales.
have been.
Deals.
Could have been.
Fair play.
He looked like the type.
I'm just, yeah, you could be right, actually. I'm gonna
He
say-
looked like he had that salesy kind of vibe about him.
yeah.
It could
With the
be anything.
what with the long staff and the
But if the guy is
and the
listening,
Santa vibes.
rude,
I think, you know,
very rude, man.
I reckon, if I'm being completely honest, I looked at him and I thought, I know you on a deep level, and you know why? Because it was you from the future, and you
That's
were
why he's
here,
our top
Guys.
kid.
and you were here to say
Save your kids.
Stop making music,
what you're
please.
doing.
I know what he was going to say. It's gone off. You'll have to
gone
start
off.
again.
We already know. Been and gone, mate. Been
trying
and gone.
to
Minutes too
tell
late,
ya.
go back and do it again.
Classic future Tom.
Yeah, but you were late again.
Yeah, classic future Tom.
Does that mean if
Wait,
I go
he's
back?
chicken getting out. I'm paranoid. This.
Oh, wow.
I double
That
checked
time's a
it's
charm,
still
right?
recording.
My word.
Okay,
Beautiful.
that's obviously the answer. We'll-
Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
yeah. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be Tom from the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
You've just justified your
Changed
role in the
his
band
surname.
for another 6 months.
Okay, so anyone that is listening, where can they go and hear, find out about your dates?
So we are on social media at tbk.muzak, M-U-Z-A-K.
Zay.
M-U-Z.
I'm
We've been
awkward
here a
when I
while,
speak.
okay.
Have you said?
So we're on Bandcamp, we're on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. We've got a couple of demos out on the Bandcamp now. If you want to get caught up before the EP comes out in, hopefully, touch wood, touch everything, July. That's going to be 6 songs. We've got t-shirts, all the usual fun stuff. Even if you just want to chat, just send us a little message. We
Yeah.
probably won't ignore
Do
you.
it? You know, might pick it up in the future or the past, whenever,
Yeah.
whichever iteration.
Yeah,
Depending on
whichever
which Tom that
version
you
of
get.
Tom's
Depending
there.
on which Tom you get, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to know I'm going to be real big on the Canes later in life.
But there is no future, no past.
Tom Kent.
That's mad.
TBK, thank you very much.
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Thank
It's been a
you.
pleasure. Cheers.
Bye.
Woo.
Yippee.